Number one troll. I think he's the number one troll in the game now. Emi Martinez, the goalkeeper, of course, for Villa and Argentina, World Cup winner. Still can't believe what he did with that statue. Fucking Doha. Apparently, we're in on him. He cried at his last game for Villa this season. He's 32. Obviously, he's EPL proven. I think he's definitely a little overrated. I think a lot of Argentinians, are a little overrated. But he's a good, I wouldn't pay big money for him because he's up there. Obviously 32 is like a 27-year-old for a player who plays in the other parts of the pitch. But this can't be, we have to go we have to find a good deal on goalies. Like, we're not going to have money to splash out the way we need on a 6 or a number 10. Not number 10. We already did that. Or a number 9. Like, we need to find something under 20 million. And if they expect big money, that's not a deal for us. We just have to walk away from it. But he would certainly add, a little flavor in the back. I mean, he would be a different type of presence than Shaky Onana, but he's got his own bag of challenges as well. What's your thoughts on this Emi Martinez news, sir, coming out from Ben Jacobs today?
Look, he's a riot, but he's a dog.
He is a dog.
Like, when you're looking for old man, like when we're lost at sea and you're looking around and you look at this club and you see Victor Lindelof and you see all these guys hanging out and you're like, how did we get here? And you're like looking for win mean edge. Like, I'm looking at Embuemo, I'm looking at Cunha, and this guy's got it as well. A soft serve SC. There's a lot of softies at Manchester United. And I just feel like this guy's got some edge. We need edge. We need guys with egos, and we need edge. You look at Onana kicking the ball out of bounds. Guy doesn't have any edge. There's a lot of hand waving, like a lot of bluffers at Manchester United, and I feel like there's something about Emi Martinez that would have fit in with the old United team.
You don't often find goalkeepers with that much personality and bite, like you said. Like, goalkeepers tend to be more passive. Some of them are real leaders at the back. I mean, Van der Sar was, Schmeichel was, of course. But, he's got a personality that you don't always see in players in that position. I have to agree. I think, United, we've shown the final against Spurs. We've shown it for years. The team, ever since Wayne Rooney and Zlatan left, and then Jesse Lingard and Pogba took over, it's kind of become good vibes FC instead of hard-nosed football. Carrick lost. He left at that same time too. The personality of just winning no matter what it takes, being mean, mean fuckers. I hate to say it, Cunha, he's a mean son of a bitch, and we need that, and so is Emi Martinez. So it's if we can get a good deal, I'd be all over this because he's obviously EPL proven. Hey, 32, 33, that's fine for a goalkeeper. He's got gas in the tank. And like you said, he definitely has a fucking edge. And he looks like a Manchester United player. You would see no problem him just goading some other player before they shoot a penalty. And I want more of that because like you said, Victor Lindelof, even Luke Shaw, it's these guys are bro, you don't want him in a bar fight. I want Emi Martinez behind me in a fucking bar fight, bro. Because he'd be he would just be he'd be starting bar fights, and he's a goalie. So I think we need personality in the side. That's why I like Bruno standing around. I like the profile they're bringing in because they have a lot of personality, and Emi Martinez has got personality in abundance, sir.
Yeah, the only problem about Emi Martinez that's different than the profile that Amber might be looking for is he's not outside the penalty area that much, compared to a Raya. David Raya is, I want to say, 84th percentile in defensive actions outside the penalty area.
He'd be 90th
percent. But he's 33rd percentile, right? Yeah. So he's just he's not coming out of the box that much, but he has excellent crosses stopped, right? So his crosses stop percentage is 95th percentile from goalies. So he's coming out and claiming it compared to Onana, who's in the 37th percentile. Onana doesn't rate highly for any goalkeeping metric, as I'm sure it's pretty obvious. He's not doing that well. So Emi Martinez, I'd like to see maybe a younger prospect who can is more comfortable outside the box for United, especially for Ruben Amorim and how he wants to play. But I'll take anything other than Onana. At this point, if we run back Onana in 25, 26, which I think is going to happen, because ultimately Ineos, for the reasons we talked about, will not wheel and deal enough to be able to make a move. And this is the way United has operated the last however many seasons, is you know what? We did our best. We couldn't solve all of our problems. So we're just gonna run this season and see how it goes. And lo and behold, it goes absolutely crap. I can't take this season seriously if we're running Onana back.